Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Orphanlast, aka Skylar Madison, and today I'm coming at you with another Noblefrugal Studio. That is a mouthful. I'm coming at you with another Noblefrugal Studio collaboration video. And in the series, if you're not familiar with it, basically I'm painting out this background, trying to make it look as good as possible, trying to make it feel like a real environment. And once I'm done with it, I'm going to hand it over to Noblefrugal Studio, which is a channel on YouTube ran by a guy called Sebastian. And Sebastian's going to go ahead and grab this background and animate a complex scene while using this background. And not only that, but he'll be doing it with open tunes, which is awesome. His channel is centered on OpenTunes. He is very good at teaching how to use the program and everything like that. So, and he's probably the only guy other than myself that's been popping out videos on a regular basis and providing you guys with tutorials or updates about his artistic endeavors and everything like that. So, you know, his release schedule is not every week like mine. It's probably more akin to like something like maybe once every month he'll pop out a video. But yeah, if you guys would like to take a look at his channel, even if it's just to eventually see what it is that he does with my background, what he animates on it, feel free to take a look at his channel. A link will be supplied in the video description below. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. So, I started this video series, I guess, where I'm teaching you guys how to make a presentation video. And there were a number of choices that I made in the first video of that series, the only video of that series so far, which caused a few problems. And these problems are basically just that, well, I started to use all these mats, and because I started to use all these mats, it's making it difficult to where if I have two different levels that both need to have a mat, I somehow need to mat in some content back, and so that it actually appears, which is kind of frustrating. And so I'm having to deal with that. And then OpenTunes just kept crashing. And it's not just that, oh, you just need to remember to have your auto saved turned on all the time and pressing Control S all the time. That's not the issue here. The issue is every single time that I would click on anything, it seemed like, that had anything to do with this particular workflow, working with the edit tool, the function editor, and all that, OpenTunes just kept on crashing every single time within sometimes 10 seconds after having loaded the program back up. And so I fought this for several days, and after making literally no progress at all, I kind of started to think about it, and I'm like, hey, you know what? It's my channel's birthday. The way I look at it, the first weekend of December is the anniversary or the birthday to my channel. And I'm like, just thinking, you know what? It's probably best if I just have a video about that. And so it's going to be the video is going to be called A Year in Retrospect. And in this video, I'm going to have content that I've created already on my channel. I'm just going to be talking about the things that I'm proud of with my channel, the things that I'm going to mention at least one thing that I'm not so proud of, and what I'm going to do about it later on down the road. Things that have evolved the channel as well, how it it changes why people would want to subscribe to me, and it also just brings a service that other people that no one else seems to offer on YouTube so far, and most of it is with regards to OpenTunes. And so that right there is what the other video of the week is going to be about. Now, I didn't spoil the video by giving you guys a synopsis of what's going to be discussed. I'm just simply stating a general overview sort of idea as to what's going to be in there. So, I talked to Constantine this week, and there's been something that's just been nagging at me ever since the Krita-like assistant tool got fully funded. And I asked him, I was like, okay, I've been kind of trying to keep myself from asking you questions about this because, quite frankly, I email Constantine all the time. And, you don't want to be that annoying guy that just won't go away. And so basically I just kept talking to him. I was like, okay, so I'm kind of concerned about the Krita-like assistant tool. If I move an object closer to the camera using the Z-axis or further away from the camera, again, using the Z-axis, how is it going to react to the assistant tool? And he said, don't worry about it. This has actually already been factored in with the coding. They've been thinking about this themselves the whole time. And I'm thinking, oh man, that's awesome. Because in the past, without the assistant tool, what's happened is I could go ahead and get the perspective of things looking really nice, and then I start moving an object closer to the Z-axis, and what happens is it pulls it out of perspective. It pulls the object out of its alignment with vanishing points, and so it winds up looking like a pile of crap. It looks like some surreal, weird looking thing that doesn't exist in the physical world. And so that has been a constant frustration for me. And so if you forget to move an object closer to the camera or further away from the camera, you at least have these assistants, or you will have these assistants that you'll be able to use and take advantage of in order to put it back into alignment with everything else, all the vanishing points and everything. So that's been something that's been weighing heavily on my mind throughout the whole time, ever since the Krita-like assistant tool got fully funded. And I'm really glad to have been reassured about that fact, because even though even after OpenTunes winds up having the assistant tool inside of it, I don't think that I'll be creating my backgrounds inside of OpenTunes. But don't let this detract you. Don't let this frustrate you, because this is what I mean by that. Ultimately, what I'm planning on using the assistant tool for right now, if I had a few more, like a bunch more features in OpenTunes, things would be different. But for right now, the way that I'm planning on using the assistant tool is like this. I'm planning on going on to Krita, drawing out a whole bunch of different types of little thumbnails, and then I'd put those into OpenTunes, and then I'd start moving objects closer and further away from the camera using this thumbnail, and I'd have my assistant tools all set up, all my assistants and everything all set up, and I'd be able to put things on the levels that they need to to actually exist closer or further away from the camera. And at that point, I have everything laid out. This is closer to the camera. This is further away. So with this all set up, I can just grab one level and then draw that out perfectly. And then I can go ahead and grab another level and draw that out perfectly. And continue on with that process. And then once I place each of these separate elements into OpenToons, they will replace each and every single background level and be placed in the correct location and the correct Z-axis location as well. Everything that's inside of the thumbnail that I put into OpenToons, the function editor information, everything will basically be able to be copied and pasted onto the finished version of it. Not only that, but even without the final background having been painted, I actually, at that point, I can work with the thumbnail alone inside of OpenToons and actually animate on the scene just using that thumbnail, just having it blown up really big. And then later on, if I want to, I can go ahead and tackle the whole process of painting the background and making it look all fancy. And once that's done, like, I have the animation all laid out, I have the background all painted, and it'd be a complete, fully finished image, and all that good stuff. But yeah, with regards to this video series with the presentation videos, how to make them and all that, I am kind of sort of debating whether or not I'm going to actually delete that video and start from scratch. You know, it may sound like, hey, you're just wasting my time. But no, what's actually a waste of time is showing you guys an overly convoluted way of doing it and such like that. Now, right now, I'm not 100% sure if it is an overly convoluted way of creating a presentation video. I just need to have a chance to actually troubleshoot the issue. But yeah, you know, it's not too big of a deal. I am going to continue with that series, but I'm going to wait until this new version of OpenToons Mrevna comes out, version 1.1.3.1 Mrevna edition. Okay, so because right now this current version of Mrevna, OpenToons Mrevna, it's good. It really is. It's very good, but it just seems like it needs a few more bug fixes that the next version of OpenToons Mrevna will be able to actually provide. It'll provide those bug fixes that are annoying me so much. That's actually preventing me from getting anything done. But if I do wind up starting from scratch, no worries. At least I'll be able to show you guys something with quality. Anyways, that concludes it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe, and feel free to take a look at my videos.